So I ended up going to Michelle after probably like 3 years of having gut issues. So tried the normal route of going through the GP and even got referred to like the gastro clinic at the hospital, but just wasn't kind of getting the answers that I wanted, or was just kind of put under this umbrella of IBS quite quickly and told that there's not really much more they can do for me other than to just try and manage my own symptoms basically. So yeah, I'd been suffering for about 3 years. I thought it was gluten at first, so I cut that out and it helped for a little bit, but then soon realised that that wasn't the answer to my issue. So then I found Michelle just on Google. I just basically, I think someone advised me to look into colonics, and then I think it was before I was going on a holiday, I was like, right, I need to sort this out quickly for holiday, but as I now know it's not a quick fix, but that's what led me to Michelle. When I went to Michelle was when I'd heard back from the GP, and they basically said that all my results were fine and there's nothing wrong with me, and they literally discharged me. So they were like, if you want to look at this further, you have to get another new appointment. So that's out of frustration. I think that's when I started looking elsewhere. It was more recently when I spoke to the gastro clinic, but obviously knowing what I know now, the second they say the word IBS, I'm just like, well, what does that mean and what are you going to do about it? Which was nothing, so.
Okay, right, so.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I was quite desperate at this point because I wasn't getting anywhere through the traditional route. So I was feeling really low, like mentally, but physically so tired. Obviously my stomach was in a lot of pain, really bloated, and I felt like I'd lost my sparkle, and I didn't feel like myself. So I just thought, got nothing to lose at this point. So I booked a Zoom consultation with Michelle, and literally after that half-an-hour appointment, I had like 100% complete faith in Michelle. I felt like she knew exactly what she was asking, and she almost like just picked into my brain as to where this could have come from and what I've kind of been dealing with. And then also the GP had put me on some long-term medications of laxatives, which Michelle told me to stop taking straight away. So I did do that as well, and that obviously has helped as well. Yeah, so because I wasn't getting anywhere through the traditional route, I was really, really excited after this consultation. Even after that, I was just super excited to go and meet Michelle and see what kind of testing she was going to do on me, and just felt like she was going to fix me. So my first appointment with Michelle was a colonic, so it was my first ever colonic, which it was pretty scary. Not scary, but it's just the unknown for the first one, but you learn to love them after a while. And then a few weeks after I had my testing, so Michelle knew exactly what she wanted to test me for, or what she thought I'd needed testing for. So that was just a mouth swab and then a sample, which got sent over abroad for testing. And then I got my results back, and it was really in detailed, specific results that were personalised to me, and it wasn't just ruling out certain IBDs or certain serious things. It was everything. So it was all inclusive of like the microbiome. So from that, Michelle put me on a program of exactly what I needed to take in terms of like probiotics and husks and everything else that I'm on, but all really good stuff that's really helped me improve my gut health and my overall health. So one of the main things that I take supplement-wise is husks that I get through Michelle, and they're amazing. They don't taste amazing, but they've really made an impact on my body and how it kind of clears out naturally. So I take that with fibre in the morning and in the evening, just with some water, and mix it up, and then just down it really quickly. And it basically turns into a bit of a gloop that goes through your digestive tract and just collects all the little bits and bobs that have been kind of like lingering in your system. So then it all comes out nice and solidified. So I think almost a year later, I think it's helped with every aspect of my life, to be honest. So like I said before, I really felt like I'd really lost my actual spark. So I think I've definitely got that back, and just, yeah, my mental health was really low. I was feeling just rubbish about myself all the time. Even, it sounds very vain, but to even put clothes on, like, it was painful to put clothes on. So a lot of the time I was working from home because I couldn't go into the office because I physically could not get dressed because of how uncomfortable my stomach was. So yeah, in every aspect, I think I'm feeling a lot better. I'm by no way cured or like 100% the healthiest person on the planet, but I think with what Michelle's taught me over the last year and with the treatments that I've had as well, like, I'm definitely on the right path for that. Well, I guess because I've been very open about like my treatments and stuff from the beginning. So before, when it was a lot, or even before Michelle, it was a lot of, I was just in pain, and I would talk about it all the time, because if you're in pain, you're going to talk about it, aren't you? So I think it's probably how I've changed in the way that I speak to people about it, being like, but people ask me all the time, like, oh, how are you feeling? How's it going? And it is like, it's an improvement, like, month on month. So I'd say like 2 years ago, going back to, I couldn't even get dressed to go to work. And now, after seeing Michelle for not even a year, I feel so much more confident and so much more just like free with myself, that I've now got the confidence, and I'm going traveling, and I can go and eat that croissant, and I can go and eat the pizza in Italy, all in moderation. And I would have never even dreamed that I would have been able to do that before, because like I said, I couldn't even get dressed to go to work. So it was not a good headspace. So it's not just the colonics. So Michelle's set me up so I feel really confident when I do go traveling. So I've got certain supplements that I'm going to continue to take when I'm away. And then Michelle's given me an Eternal Being enema kit, so I can do a mini enema at home in the van myself as well. So that's just a kind of a relief that I can do that going forward if I ever do get into a really bad state with my gut again. And then Michelle is also just on the other side of a WhatsApp message with a poo emoji at the end, so she'll always be there to help me as well. So I talk quite openly about this with a lot of my friends and people who I meet, even through work and stuff, because I think it's quite common now, and some people don't like to talk about it, but I think it's becoming a bit more of a subject that people do talk about, especially with women. I think women tend to have a lot of gut issues. So I tell a lot of people about Michelle, and one of my friends said something to me before. She was like, I would happily spend like £50 on getting my nails done. She was like, why would you not spend that on yourself? So I think it's a amazing investment to invest in your health. It's like the most important thing. And yeah, Michelle at Eternal Being is your gal. So if you've gone down the traditional route like me and you've not got anywhere, you need to go and see Michelle at Eternal Being, aka the Poo Fairy.